When you imagine your perfect bike path, how many features does it have? Well, I imagined one and I wished for 11 features. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit greedy, and genies only grant 3 wishes. But hey, this is our imaginary perfect bike path, so that genie can just get back in his bottle. Join us on Jekyll Island, Georgia, as we discover how many, or if any, of those 11 wished up features come true. Let's kickstart this video with wish number 1. I wished to be able to ride my bike and see some green foliage. It was late December and things were looking pretty gray in my neck of the woods. So wish number 1 came true. Bam! Just like that. Check! And then it was on to wish number 2. I imagined a place to cycle that was long and paved and in really good condition, and that there were also some boardwalks. Well, Jekyll Island has over 20 miles of paved bike path and several boardwalks. This one that's close to the causeway is very, very long. Wish number 2, definitely check. My third wish was that I imagined a place to ride that offered plenty of parking options with direct access to both the greenway and to nice clean restrooms. You see this right here? This is an example of a nice clean restroom that connects right to the bike path and a parking lot. Well, there's 6 of these on the island and over 20 different parking lots on the island. So, woohoo! Wish number 3, check. And now on to my 4th wish. I wish that I could ride for hours on end and that the name of the bike trail would never change, or connect to other greenways that were hard to find or keep up with. Well, on Jekyll Island, it's not called a greenway, it's called the bike path, and the name never changes once on the entire island. Oh, but full disclosure, there on the south side of the island, there are bike paths that are made out of sand where you can ride dirty, and I'll explain that later. And they call those the bike trails. Wish number 4, check. And now on to wish number 5. I wish for a trail that connected to restaurants and hotels. Woohoo! Jekyll Island Bike Path directly connects to every hotel and every restaurant on the island. While we were there, we rode to Zachary's River House Restaurant, the Sunrise Grill, McGarvey's Wee Pub, and then once we even rode back to our hotel to eat at the Turtle's Nest. And this is where Kristen hooked us up. She was so fun and friendly, and the burgers were pretty good too. And not only that, but out in the parking lot, we met the nicest couple. This is Brian and Angela from Hendersonville, North Carolina. So my wish to be able to ride my bike to all the restaurants and the hotels definitely came true. However, you will notice that the ride to Zachary's River House was a little bit different than any of the other restaurants, because you did have to take the Marina Bike Trail, which is off from the bike path, so technically it does connect. Wish number 5, check. And then it was on to my wished up feature number 6. I wished to be riding my bike on a bike path during the golden hour through sunset, to catch a glimpse of the sinking sun's golden rays reflecting off strands of Spanish moss, and to catch a sunset over the water. Whew! This is pretty. Well, this might not seem like a big deal to some people, but we ride greenways, and they close at dusk. But on Jekyll Island, the path remains open 24/7, so no worries of gate closings, my car being towed, or getting arrested by the greenway police. As you can see, wish number 6 became a reality. Check. And now on to dream wish number 7. I wished that I could ride my bike through some history. Well, on Jekyll Island, the bike path encircles nearly every cottage in the historic district. If you refer to the map, you'll see what I mean. You can park your bike, go inside these cottages and check them out. And guess what? We ventured into the famous clubhouse. Check these out. Yeah, it was pretty in there. We also rode past the Villa Mariana, and it has that water canal out front. Well, the woman of the house back in the day made her guests walk the entire channel to get their feet clean before she'd allow them in her house. Okay, that's a little crazy, but that's our history. There were also shops, eateries, even a couple of places to get some specialty coffee. So, wish number 7, that came true too. Check. Okay, on to wish number 8. I imagined riding my bike on a more adventurous path, one that would swallow us up in nature. Well, look at this. On the south end of the island, there are 3 cut-throughs that are called bike trails. And they consist of a surface of hard-packed sand and some black rubber stuff. I don't know what it's called. But what these cut-throughs do is they go from one side of the island to the other. And check this out. We even saw a deer. I know I got crazy on the color there, but I wanted to highlight the deer. Okay, this is where you come out a second time out onto Riverview Drive, where the path had ended before and now it's picked up because you went through that big long U-turn. By the big long U-turn, I mean between the red and the blue arrows here, the bike path ends and you have to go into the forest. That's the U-turn. Okay, you can see that we ride a little ways up Riverview Drive, paralleling it, and then this is the last time that the paved bike path ends. You can tell because there's a recycle bin there and a bridge. You cross that bridge and you start riding this beautiful, beautiful bike trail, and it will take you all the way over to the causeway. Now, I don't call this one a cut through because it just goes back into the center of the island and then goes north until it dumps off right in front of Circle K, which is on the causeway. And there it is, right in front of you. That right there is the causeway. You stop and push the button, and that makes cars have to stop for you. As you can see, when you cross the street, you just veer to the left to go towards the historic district, turn right, and you go to the Beach Village Shopping Center. I'm glad I took the challenge to ride something other than a paved path, but I think I was a little low on adrenaline. Just thought it might happen, which is why I wished for a more challenging path while we were on Jekyll Island. It really wasn't all that bad. I was a little bit leery because I don't do dirt paths, but after doing this, I think I'm over my fear of them. So wish number 8, I think it was a resounding yes, it came true. Check. Wow, now it's time for wish number 9. Let's see if this one comes true. Look at the screen. I think it's already coming true because I wished to be able to ride my bike through moss-covered trees on a smooth paved path and to be able to ride all the way to the Clam Creek Fishing Pier. And the entrance to the Clam Creek Fishing Pier Road is just about straight across the street from the entrance to the campground. I've cut a lot of this out because it's a long ride, but to the right, that's where they keep the horses. You know how you pay that $10 fee to get onto the island? Well, part of that $10 fee goes to help feed those horses. Isn't that cool? Oh, really?
Yeah. Of course, I say that, and now he hasn't come back out.
It was such a lovely ride going up to the Clam Creek Fishing Pier and riding through the magic forest of moss. So wish number 9, check. On to wish number 10. It was the end of December, and they do have the Holly Jolly Christmas light celebration on this island every year. So my wish was to see those lights from the viewpoint of a bike path. Now they do have a self-guided tour where you can drive your vehicle to see the Christmas lights, and you'd follow this route right here. But honestly, we did it the night before in our vehicle, and then the next night we lit ourselves up and we rode it on our bikes, and it was a lot better. Ooh. Well, I don't know about you, but I'd say wish number 10 came true. Check. And now on to wish number 11. I wished that we could ride our e-bikes on the bike path to a place where I could see fireworks and sit on the comfort of my e-bike seat. Well, check this out. And the best part of this, we just turned around and rode the bike path from the Tortuga Jacks area where they shot off the fireworks back to where we were staying. And we didn't even have to deal with traffic. It was great. My imaginary wished up feature number 11 came true. Check. Wow, like magic, all 11 of those features came true. There are still 5 additional bike trails that we haven't discussed in this video, or I haven't shown them. Stick around till after the bloopers and I'll show you. Now, how many stars are we going to give the Jekyll Island bike trails and bike path? 10 stars! Plus, because it was so wonderful, we're giving it the Ride a Bike Special Coffee Award for being the perfect imaginary bike path. Yeah. All right, go, because you got to get away from me. Go. Oh my God, we're going to get killed. Oh. Now where?
Yeah, straight ahead.
So we went under the bridge.
Under what bridge?
The one right behind you, up in the air.
I guess we did. What's that over there?
It's not Elvis. Get out of my grits. Oh yeah, you got a pattern. Okay, I got it. If you don't mind riding in dirt, sand, hard packed sand, I guess it's no different than riding on the beach, but it's harder than that. Hard to take sand, yeah, for me. Oh. Too bad, so sad I'm not answering you. Can't believe you can ride bikes on this. This is just freaking awesome. Oh, we have to turn around because the bike path does not go any further than that. That's the street. Rule of thumb, we have to be on a bike path. And now, on to those promised additional bike trails. The first additional trail doesn't really have a name. I like to call it the Clam Creek Marsh Trail. It's located off Beachview Drive North, close to Driftwood Beach parking area. This trail begins with a surface of deep, soft sand and turns into a long, narrow, severely broken path of asphalt. It ends at the Clam Creek Fishing Pier. We didn't film it, but we rode it, and I laughed a lot, probably from fear-induced hysteria. The second additional trail parallels Captain Willie Road. It begins at the Holiday Inn Resort. Once you cross over Beachview Drive, this trail is smooth and paved and beautiful. It skims the golf courses and dips in and out of pine trees, and it ends at Riverview Drive just south of the airport. The third additional trail parallels Shell Road. It begins at the Jekyll Mini Golf Course across Beachview Drive once you cross the street from Tortuga Jack's parking lot. This path is paved but rough in spots and ends in the historic district at Stable Road. The fourth additional trail is the Crane Road Trail. It begins just to the left of Circle K. On the map it shows it as being on the right side of Circle K, but that's not right. It's on the left, as you can see here. This trail starts out with a smooth surface of asphalt. And then after riding a little while on the asphalt and enjoying everything, it turns to gravel. And right after it turns to gravel, it changes to hard-packed sand. And it is hard-packed. It was a beautiful ride. Kind of longish, so it's nice that way. But I will warn you, there are signs out there that say, do not feed the wildlife, and they have a graphic of an alligator on it. So from that point on, I was like, oh, we're gonna die. Okay, so this beautiful trail ends at the historic district right where the 3181 Jekyll Lifestyle gift shop is. So if you want to take this trail, just enjoy it. It is really pretty. There's just one more trail. It's the Horton Pond Trail. Starts at the Horton House, ends over on Beachview Drive. We ran out of time, so we didn't get to ride it or film it. But just so you know, even though the paths are paved here in front of the Horton House, the actual trail is made out of sand. You may have noticed that I didn't concentrate much on the actual bike path on Jekyll Island. That's because we have previously done a video called The Best Bike Path Ever on Jekyll Island, Georgia. I will link that to the description in the link below.